shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown town streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. City so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown town streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. City so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown town streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively.
Hi, I am Michelle Bryan. I'm with Sweet Maddie's. We are a frozen gourmet cookie dough company here in Frederick, Maryland, and you're watching Good Morning Frederick.
Good morning, Frederick. Today is Tuesday, August 5th. I'm your host, Dani Gurrie. I have to double check. Yeah, August 5th. Wow. All right. Well, we are rolling right in to August. All right. Let me just talk about, I hope you're having, first of all, a great morning. You just got to wake up and do it every day. That's right. You just got to think it. Fake it till you make it. I want to say good morning to all of you watching. If you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I love having you guys comment during the stream, and commenting actually helps to get the stream out to more people just like you. That's how the algorithms work. When you like, comment, and engage, the algorithm goes, hey, let me find more people just like that to send the stream out to. My light is, I don't like the color. Hang on. There we go. A little bit softer. Want to say good morning to Mama Cone, my number one fan. Thank you so much. She's going to be out with me tonight at National Night Out in Urbana. Come by and see us. My niece, Elena, I think is going to help as well, which I love so much. All right. Rundown of today's show. Got Morning Roundup with Bob Miller and Chris Michaels from WFMD. They cover our local news, weather, and sports. I'm also going to give you a rundown of what's happening in Frederick, things that you're going to want to know about not only this week, this weekend, but in the coming weeks, so you can mark your calendars. Then we debut a brand new series called Front Page. This is a series from UMD journalism student Paige Trendell. She is helping me highlight businesses in Brunswick and Jefferson. We spent a lot of time in Brunswick and Jefferson, and I just loved it so much. It reminds me I need to get out into the county more for sure. But today we talk with Laura Kalen from Little Red Barn, and Paige does an excellent job. She does the whole thing. I just am there for moral support. And then I talk with Brianne Paugh, Community Title Network attorney, and talking about the differences and things you might want to know if you're considering buying some real estate, why you might want to consider them to handle it for you. All right, don't forget, all month long, our nonprofit is Urbana Hawks Athletic Boosters. All the Good Morning Frederick merch that is purchased at 401 North Market Street in downtown benefits the Urbana Booster Club. And they have a match of up to $25,000 from Got Electric. So if you want to support them, please do so. Want to say good morning to Christina Murphy, the Leaf Project. And Gary Morton, good morning. Have a great day to you as well. Thank you so much for checking in this morning and for leaving a comment. I'm so appreciative of everyone's support for this show. And we are barreling close. Well, let's see. We're almost getting close to 350 shows here at Good Morning Frederick, which is so exciting. And I couldn't do it without you or the support of our wonderful sponsors and advertisers. So I do appreciate when you let them know you've seen them on Good Morning Frederick or you support them throughout. All right, well, it's time to get this show officially started for you so we can work through our Tuesday. Good Morning Frederick is sponsored by Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic. They understand how pain can hold you back. Right now, you can save $400. So if you've been putting off maybe just kind of getting a baseline of where you are chiropractically speaking, then this is the best time to do it. I did it not too long ago. You go get that initial evaluation. It includes x-rays, full comprehensive workup. You get to understand where your body is today, whether you may have some things you need to look for in the future. And for just $50, you can get that whole thing. All right. You just got to mention Good Morning Frederick when you call. Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic is dedicated to helping you achieve your wellness objectives drug-free. We like that. MidAtlanticClinic.com. Let's see who else is checking. Oh, National Night Out here in Urbana. I am going to be there. I can't wait to see you there. Mama Cone and I are going to be there with WFRE and WFMD. It's going to be a great time. Looking forward to seeing you out there. We'll be talking about that happening in Frederick. Because I think it's going to be a great evening. National Night Out across the whole county for sure. But we're going to be at the one at Urbana District Park. All right, let's go ahead and get what's happening as far as Morning Roundup on WFMD. Let's roll with that. Morning Roundup is sponsored by Auto Trim Design of Mid-Maryland. Window tinting, paint protection film, ceramic coating, vinyl wraps like on the Good Morning Frederick car. Also, customized leather upholstered car seats. They can take care of all your aftermarket enhancements. Auto Trim Design of Mid-Maryland. Accessories for any lifestyle. Find them on Urbana Pike or at autotrim-md.com. Good morning.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
You know what? I'm okay.
What? I'm not used to that.
We're still dealing with the cable company that begins with an X and ends with an entity. So we were trying to hook up the equipment that we have here for me to go back home and do my job, right?
Right.
It didn't work, and he understands. So I called Xfinity. Oh, I'm sorry. Can we dub that out? We'll go back. I called Xfinity, and again, talked to somebody, and they're like, "Well, I can't really help you out." Blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Okay, well, give me somebody who can. Well, I'll give you another number." And I'm like, "If it ends with this, or this number," I'm like, "I've already called them 12 times."
What is happening? What is the big problem over there?
I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe
You've not had good luck since you got into that house.
And I'm such a congenial person when I'm talking to them. So they give me this guy. He said it's a number that I've never heard before. So I called it. Chris has already heard this, so he's so happy to listen to it again. I call this number, and the guy goes, "Hi, my name is Percy, and I'm badge number 356, whatever it is." And I'm like, "Well, hi, how you doing?" So I go through the whole spiel with what's going on. I've been hit by lightning. I've gotten blown up twice. I need you guys to come out and fix it. Well, sir, let me tell you. And he starts going through this spiel about selling me a $99 a month protection on my equipment. And I'm like, stop. You're trying to sell me something? I'm like, you're supposed to be paying for something, my $1,000 piece of radio equipment that blew up because of your company. And he goes, no lie. He goes, what's with the attitude?
Oh my, that's like telling a woman who's pissed off to calm down.
Right? And I'm like, what's with the attitude? I'm like, you're trying to sell me something. I'm like, this is like my third. He goes, I don't need the attitude, man. He goes, what's going on with you? He goes, and I'm like, he goes, you dialed the wrong number. And I'm like, I dialed the number they gave me. He goes, well, you didn't dial it right. And he goes, I don't appreciate the attitude that you're giving me.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Dani, I got to interrupt Bob for 1 second. Am I the only one noticing that his face is redder out of any one of us when he tells the story? Like, seriously, look at his. Does his
No,
face
that's
not
just
look-
because of the lighting, and I'm tan.
Oh,
You're
okay.
not tan, Chris. I'm tan.
I just thought you were that upset telling that story that your face is turning.
I can show you my tan line. See, look at it. That works perfectly too. It really does look like a tan line.
He gets mad. He gets mad when I do that, but he can do it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Can I do it too?
Oh, funny.
So
Wow.
he eventually
So
just
still
hung
no
up on me.
solution. Still
There
no
was none.
solution for you?
He hung up on me. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Gosh.
So I don't know. I'm going to try it again. And if not, I'm just, there's nothing. I mean, I think this is what they do. They just play that game. And, I understand why you see those in the movies and the headlines sometimes now.
Yeah.
I mean,
understand though what is so difficult about the issue. Like, okay, got to come out and fix it. What is the hard thing?
well, I mean, people have asked. They're like, well, you've already, I got the router and stuff. I just don't want it to happen again.
Right.
I feel bad that I have a piece of work equipment that in my house blew up. I guess and I don't know why they have a problem. They've sent somebody up before, and he didn't come back because it was lightning. And I'm like, my wife goes, don't stand out there in the lightning. You might get struck because that's what's happening.
Yeah,
So he never came back. And when I try to tell people that, nobody knows. When you call that number to Xfinity or whatever that company's called, you're reaching people in not the United States. And so, right. And they have a list of numbers. And I'm like, look, just send me to the number of the people who will come out to your house. People said, call for new service and you'll get somebody out there. Well, maybe that's what I'll do. I have no idea, but it's so frustrating.
All like subcontractors and they call different people. Yeah, that's a pain.
But for that guy to tell me I was
good morning to some people. Gary Morton is saying hi to both of you.
Hey, I saw one of Gary's signs out on the somewhere. I don't know where I was. I might have been in Thurmont, and I saw a Gary Morton sign for sheriff. Yeah.
He's going to be out at Urbana District Park with us tonight at National Night Out. And, of course, we got Pulling for Veterans,
him to come on a show.
And We Help You Move joining us this morning. Just want to say good morning to them. Sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? We're still waiting for you. Gary, we love you. Come on the show, man. You got an open invitation. You can really get your name out there to all two of our listeners.
He knows it's hard hitting, and he's been doing a deep dive into practicing, I think.
He's been listening to how intelligent our questions are in the show. Listen, Bob, look, I've been holding this in, but I got a very simple solution for you, okay? You want to end this issue, you simply take my picture, all right, and you show Xfinity, say, because of you guys, I got to sit across from this guy every single morning. They'll say, oh, my God, I feel for you. They'll fix it right away. Bada bing, bada boom. That solves your problem right there. You're welcome.
Well, he's got 200 signs out so far, he says. So there you go.
Good for him. Wow, cool. Did you see the news, Dani? Speaking of, we saw Nicholas Walker pulling for veterans. Did you see where Goodwill has ended their partnership with Platoon 22?
Oh,
Yeah.
No, I did not see
Yeah,
that.
that was let's see if I can pull that up real quick.
That's a big deal.
That was a big deal. They, according to what Platoon 22 put out there, that they basically said that they would continue to be the face of the Veteran Services Center. But their partnership with Platoon 22 will end as of October 1st. Platoon 22 said they'll still have a little tiny space there. But nobody has given us any reason why Platoon 22 and Goodwill have ended their partnership, though.
Whoa, if they've ended their partnership, I'm wondering, I guess they just become a renter in that whole building.
Right?
Was supposed to be free to the organizations inside it, which is what Goodwill has stated for years now on why when people complain that they charge so much, they talk about how they're giving back to the community. So I'm confused if Platoon 22 is still going to be there, I don't understand.
Well, it says here, according to, and now again, this is one side of the story from Platoon 22, that they said what it anticipated to be a 20-year partnership has unexpectedly ended. We've been offered a small space to remain in the VSC, but it's not conducive to the programs and services to our veterans deserve. So we want the community to know that we're carefully weighing our options. They're still committed to services available to keep the veterans who depend on them, and they would share any updates. So we really haven't gotten any other word from like Goodwill to kind of share what's going on.
Well, it's interesting because Goodwill's executive director, I don't know if they have a new one. The one that was here formerly has left. And they got bought out by the Goodwill in Arizona. So Arizona is the corporation part of, or the nonprofit part of Goodwill that purchased Monocacy Valley, which is what we're part of. But interesting, huh?
Yeah. So there's a lot of people talking about that online, about what's going to happen, and that whole, and where it's going to go. I mean, they fought hard to get that building. They fought hard, and a lot of money and a lot of work. I was there.
I mean,
when
they've only been in there a couple of years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 4 years, 3 years.
Probably a little bit longer than that, because I don't know. I was there for the groundbreaking, and then I could see it being built, and I think I left so maybe 4 years.
Yeah, I think it's been probably about 4 years. But that's really, my God, from 20 years, you're not even a fifth of the way through it. Something, obviously.
It was a bad breakup. Something bad happened there. It wasn't amicable, and that's what we were saying on air. And the way they said that, it just didn't sound like it wasn't kosher, put it like that, as we would say up north.
Even former county executive Jan Gardner wrote on Facebook, "This is both surprising and profoundly disappointing. What services will remain?"
Yeah, so I know, and it's interesting because I just interviewed not too long ago the executive director of Mission of Mercy, and they just started in July, mid-July, taking the mobile dental van mobile unit to Platoon 22 or VSC to offer free dental care for our veterans, because that is one thing that is not included with their health care that they get. And so very, very interesting. That is a huge gap. I'm wondering if I'm assuming another organization is going to step into that position, whether it's Veterans Affairs on the federal side, because they already had 2 full-time kind of ambassadors from the VA who have office space there that help answer questions to families who need help navigating the VA. They have that Warrior Canine Companions is in there. Like yeah, this is stunning. Wow.
Well, it was supposed to be exactly what it is, a one-stop shop.
Right.
That was
right.
the
Well, you
that
can
was
get
the vision.
everything you need. Job support. You can get your VA support. You can get your mental health support. I mean, the Platoon 22 was doing tons of programming available there. I believe that they were the ones who organized it all, whether it was, mental health sessions or just yoga for veterans. And also there was a ton of stuff. So, wow.
Again,
Well,
like you said, hopefully somebody steps up, somebody becomes part of it, and
Yeah.
then also we also need to hear from Goodwill on what their plans are and be like, look, this is just one part, one entity of this whole VSC, and there,
they need to
there's some like,
reassure our community that there is a plan.
Yeah.
That there is a plan, because our veterans deserve to be looked after and have access to all the programs they need right in their community. And I know we got a ton of veterans organizations like Pulling for Veterans, but we need somebody to be able to step in there and run that and expand it, to be honest. I mean, I think that there's tons of ways that could go, but yeah, Goodwill is going to need to put out a statement. They should come on your show and tell us exactly what their plan is.
Well, I think it's like what Chris said, a bad breakup somewhere along the line.
Yes, yeah,
Somebody's got their
sure.
Somebody got their knickers in a twist.
Somebody did.
And it's sad because with a bad breakup, it always affects the kids. They say when a wife break up. Well, with this one, it's affecting our veterans, and we don't want that.
No.
Let's not forget why we're doing this. It's for our veterans who are suffering from PTSD. And of course, Pulling for Veterans, they do just amazing work. God bless them.
Well, and I have to say, in our community, Goodwill does not have the best reputation in our community. And I've talked with them to their faces about this for the last probably 3 or 4 years. They need to get in front of this quickly, because I believe that the Frederick community will continue to riot against them until they come out and say what that issue is. So really very interesting. This is a PR crisis 101 is to try to nip it so that it doesn't take on a life of its own. But
I concur.
Well, before we get to news, I always like to give pertinent, I use a big word, pertinent information.
Woo!
Well, he also used amicable.
He
used amicable. So good.
Well, I said it wrong. I said it wrong at first on air, but Bob corrected me. That's why
I was not going to tell anybody that.
Yeah,
Chris.
but people would know that you're not telling the truth, because there's no way they can think I can use a word like that.
Yeah.
I think this is, your 1 week off of work. Was that your word of the week?
No, that was watching my 50th movie for Christmas.
You did. You watched?
For kids. 5-0. I'm on 5th now. This week's gonna be tough to watch it because Frank Mitchell is out, so I gotta do his job too. So it's gonna be, hopefully Friday, Saturday I'll watch some more. But 15 movies.
50 movies. You got like 4 months left to watch the other 50.
So I mean, listen, 50 is not bad for somebody. And some of these, Dani, I love you to death. You know that, and you're the only woman my wife would ever say let me say I love to death. But Boogie Nights?
I did not put that on there. I have no idea. I don't even think I've seen that movie. There's no way. Somebody slipped that one in. I'm telling you, that was not me.
Not me.
I will say it brought back memories of Cinemax at 2:00 in the morning. The only difference is it was a bubbly screen because my parents were too cheap to buy Cinemax.
Yeah, right. It kind of looked like this.
Yeah, I'm like, I think I see a full one here, but I'm not sure.
I am telling you, God's honest, Scout's honor, I did not list that movie. I mean, I've been arguing still about Shawshank Redemption. There's no way I would have put Boogie Nights on that list. Someone snuck that in.
Though Mark Wahlberg still has the prosthetic at his house. Just saying, because I saw that on a TV show, and he's like, I hide it from my children.
I would hope so. I would hope so.
John Wayne Bobbitt, if you're watching, call Marky Mark. He might be able to help you out.
Yeah, that or the WNBA. Apparently, they're throwing green ones out on the court.
Oh gosh.
Oh, you gotta love poor Dani. Boy, we really turned this thing around. Listen, real quickly, I was saying I want to get back to pertinent information. I like to let everybody know. Today actually is, in case you didn't know, National Underwear Day. So it's
What?
Yes, it's National Underwear Day.
I thought you were going to talk about National Night Out, but no, we're talking about underwear.
Well, no, I'm going to get into that too. But I just want to say today is National Underwear Day. And, I was trying to look for deals because you know how when you have National Taco Day or National Chicken Wing Day,
Sure.
people give you deals on those. I'm trying to find deals for underwear to let people know where they can buy half off underwear. Couldn't
Goodwill.
find anything. I was going to say, the only place you can go, go where I go, Salvation Army. You might be able to find some there. Slightly used, but still.
That is
nonetheless.
disgusting. Is National Underwear Day a day we need to all wear underwear, or what is happening? Are people not doing that?
I don't know, but I just wanted to look for deals. Couldn't find any deals out there. But I was thinking about it. I'm like, that's the difference between men and women. I mean, besides the obvious fact is, I look at and walk around the mall, woman goes to buy a pair of drawers. It costs like $35-40 for one pair. Us men, you go to Walmart, you buy a 6-pack, hope they last you until Father's Day, and bada bing, bada boom, there you go. We're done. No need to spend all that money. I'm just saying. Okay. Anyway, but it is national. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm just going to say it brings a whole new meaning to National Night Out Day, too, if you're not wearing underwear day.
Yes. National Night Out is today. I guess a good segue.
Hang out day.
Yeah, there you go. National Night Out tonight, so hope to see you there. I'm going to be there broadcasting live. It's a great night to meet our wonderful deputies over in Frederick County, and we got 5 minutes left, so I'm going to go ahead and do 5 minutes is what we're supposed to be doing. Now we got 5 minutes left. Go ahead and do quick news. Actually, not a whole lot of news today. Montgomery County mother indicted for murder and the disappearance of 2 children missing since 2014, and a candlelight vigil was held to remember that young 13-year-old boy who died during last week's flooding in Mount Airy. You can see all of that on our website at WFMD.com, the full news stories. And weather-wise, temperature-wise, it's a nice day out there. It's currently 70 out there. You see some clouds in the sky. Going to get to a high of 87, down to a low of 65. Now, with that being said, I have a meeting I got to get to, so I'm going to wish everybody a happy National Underwear Day. Do as I do. If you forget day of the week, you got your Monday drawers, your Tuesday drawers, your Wednesday drawers. That way you know the day. There you go.
All right. We'll see you later.
What day is the I forgot me drawers? Kyle Schwarber homered twice, including a grand slam. Philadelphia had an 8-run 6th inning, and you know who they beat? Of course, the Baltimore Orioles. 13-3 on Monday night. He finished with 6 RBIs, running his major league leading total to 94 on the season. Grayson Rodriguez entered spring training with probably a good chance of being the opening day starter, with hopes that flame-throwing right-hander would reach the potential he did as a former top prospect. Instead, well, he'll end the season without throwing a pitch in a major league game. He will end with an undergo season-ending surgery on his elbow after spending the entire season on the injured list. So there you go. Frederick Keys began their 7-game road trip with a loss to the State College Spikes by a score of 4-0. Congratulations going out to the Montgomery County Little League baseball team representing Maryland. They will wait the winner of Pennsylvania and Delaware to see who gets to go to Williamsport in the Little League World Series, which sounds so much fun. Congratulations going out to them. And I want to say, I know Thurmont was a couple years ago, but didn't Brunswick go a couple years ago too? Was
think
part of
right
that.
after. I thought it was right after Thurmont went.
Might have been.
Might have been Brunswick, but we love that Frederick County teams representing at the big show for Little League.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And we didn't get a chance to talk about this, and we can't spend a lot of time today, but we will as we move forward. But congratulations to the Frederick Keys for becoming reaffiliated with the Baltimore Orioles. Very exciting for us here in Frederick. Get a stadium facelift and have some MLB affiliate baseball here.
Yeah, get to see all those people they traded Cedric Mullins away for.
Yeah, exactly.
With a prospect to be, I saw real quick, and then I'll go. I saw a meme that said the Orioles have traded the Oriole bird to Mushkow, Michigan, for 2 sickly kitties and a couple of mascots to be named later.
Yeah, feels that way, doesn't it?
Right?
Feels that. You know when teams are already starting to play for next year.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're doing.
Absolutely. Football begins a couple weeks.
Yes, it does. All right, my friend. I'll see you a little bit later.
See ya.
All right, bye. Oh boy, goodness. I tell you, they make me laugh. They make me laugh every day. All right, we're going to keep rolling through because we got a lot on this show today. Coming up next, we got what's happening in Frederick. I'm going to quickly go through that because I got 2 interviews today. We debut Front Page, a brand new series, partnering with UMD journalism student. She is a Terp all the way, Paige Trendell. Today, she talks with Little Red Barn's owner, Laura Kalen, and Brianne Paugh from Community Title Network will be featured today. So we got to keep this thing rolling. So hang tight to after these messages.
Cosmec Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves, double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, 'cause we're patients too. CosmecHealing.com.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shining finally beyond compare.
Experience an unforgettable vacation at the Salty Seahorse on the 4x4 beach in Corolla, North Carolina. Enjoy the pool, relax in the hot tub, fish, and kayak right off the private dock. The Salty Seahorse will be your forever vacation home. Go to thesaltyseahorse2201.com.
At Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic, we understand how pain can hold you back. We're here to understand what you're going through. For a limited time, you can schedule your first visit for just $50. Give us a call and mention Good Morning Frederick, and let's get you feeling better.
Hi, I'm Devin, your friendly neighborhood shower door expert. Upgrade your bathroom with a beautiful glass shower door, custom fit to accent your space and make getting into your shower one of the highlights of your day. Come see us at our brand new showroom in Frederick, Maryland, or online at showerdoorexperts.com.
All right. Oh, goodness. I wasn't prepared for this one. Goodness gracious. All right. And I'm on a tight timeline. Of course this happens. Of course it does. We're going to talk about what's happening in Frederick. I'm not going to play the open now because it's a little bit too late because I am on a tight schedule, but happening in Frederick is sponsored by the Taco Bar in Frederick and Taquito in Hagerstown. Plus, you have Taco Bar in Gaithersburg. So 3 great locations to serve you authentic, quality Mexican food at an affordable price. And Taquito offers that with a drive-through experience. For more information, go to tacobar1.com or taquitobytacobar.com. Now, I am pulling all of these events off of our Everything Frederick calendar. There is a link in the description of this video you're watching right now where you can click and get access to that calendar as well. I'd love for you to have a look because we got 50 events a day pretty much here in Frederick and more on the weekends. All right, tonight, as we were talking about, it is National Night Out, and National Night Out is a national event. So every community across the United States pretty much is doing some sort of event to get the law enforcement officers into the community in a fun way. Now, Chris and I and WFRE are going to be out at Urbana District Park tonight 5 to 8 p.m. It is completely free. Come on out. Now, there's tons of vendors, including Good Morning Frederick will be there. We've got lots of stuff to give away. Our new cups, we'll be bringing those out. I've got some T-shirts to give away as well. Just going to ask you to do a couple things that are so simple. Also have some Maryland Lottery scratch-offs for you, too, if you subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you're already subscribed and show me that, you still get something free. I love it. Because there's nothing worse than if you already like something and they're offering an incentive to like it and you can't take advantage of it. So that's all good. But anyway, we're going to be there 5 to 8 and 6 to 7:30 in Thurmont. The Thurmont Police Department is doing an event. And 6 to 8 p.m. throughout Frederick City, you've got the Frederick City Police Department at Mullinex Park, Carrollton Park, and Hill Street Park. So if any of those are close to you, head on out for some fun in the community. All right, August 7th, which is Thursday, you got Summerfest Family Theater at Baker Park. You got Alive at 5 at Carroll Creek. And Starlight Family Film Festival is near the Urbana Public Library. Montgomery County Fair kicks off on August 8th through the 16th. If you want to get your fair on, you can head down there for that. Tickets and information at mcagfair.com. August 8th, well, tickets, we are now sold out of Souls of Joy, but you better watch your calendars for next year for sure. August 9th, which is Saturday, the Women's Wellness Expo is taking place at Unrivaled Iron Gym's front yard area. It's on East Church Street. There'll be demos and information on living a healthy lifestyle. That's going from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. August 16th, and we're going to be talking with Ashley from Tree Checkers while I talk to her. We're going to run that interview probably tomorrow about Climbing for a Cause Festival. There's a ton of stuff going on at Tree Checkers, cornhole tournament, food trucks, adult beverages, including McClintock Distillery and Sandbox Brew House. Good Morning Frederick will be out there as well. I'm going to send Mama Cone and my niece Elena to man that booth for the day while I am at the End of Summer Bash with Fourth Dimension Fun Center. So come on out to either of those or both if you want, and I hope to see you out there. And then let's see, coming up, we want to make sure you know August 20th is our movie night at Warehouse Cinemas. We'd love for you to come out to that. Even if you just come for the happy hour portion, which is 5 to 7, I'm going to buy your first drink and would love for you to donate a couple of bucks into the Christmas Cash for Kids jar, because that's why we're there, to raise money for kiddos to have an amazing Christmas. That's why we're making Chris watch all these movies. This one we're showing on August 20th is Ferris Bueller's Day Off, so I can guarantee at least it's going to be something enjoyable. And we've got tons of vendors, actually. I think I got 6 or 7 vendors so far who will be at Warehouse Cinemas set up. So you can troll those, have a drink, and then enjoy the rest of your evening. The Brunswick Community Festival is coming up in Burkittsville on August 22nd and 23rd. It's at the Rurtan Club there. It's a free event from 4 to 9. And Blue Crabs and Blueprints, August 23rd. It's the 10th anniversary, benefiting Habitat for Humanity. Now, you need to get your tickets or order your crabs by August 18th. None will be sold at the event itself. All right. Had to skirt through that because I got 2 great interviews coming up, and I would love for you to stick around for them. We've got Front Page, a new series from University of Maryland journalism student Paige Trendell, and we are covering Jefferson and Brunswick, which has been phenomenal to spend so much time in our beautiful county. And then Brianne Paugh from Community Title Network. Both of those are coming up just after this.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is powered by Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, Total Car Care. Need an oil change or brakes? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can take care of that. How about exhaust or engine work? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can do that too. No matter what you need for your car, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions is Total Car Care. Go to kenstrans.com to schedule an appointment today.
Hey, if you're like me and you've always wanted to go to Alaska, well, you can join me. Antietam World Travel Service is putting everything together for June 9th through the 20th, 2026. We're going to do the land and the sea. It's going to be wonderful. You can get all the information at antietamtravel.com. Go there right now and just express your interest, and we will answer any questions that you have, but you can join me. Let's go to Alaska. Let's see all the great stuff Alaska has. June 9th through 20th, 2026.
All right. A&S Construction is a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business. They're located right here in Frederick. They service Frederick County and surrounding areas. If you have a need for roofing or siding, maybe you need some new windows or gutters. All right, so now we're getting back into the cold weather. I know, hard to believe, is not that far away. You're going to want to get A&S Construction out to your house to give you that quote so you know what needs to be done. And there's no better time to get those windows fixed than while it's still decent outside. Call 301-703-2157. Or you can send an email, ansconstruction.net. Want to thank them so much for their continued support of Good Morning Frederick. All right, I'm excited. It is now time to debut a new series, Front Page.
I am here with Laura Kalen of the Little Red Barn, and we're at the Little Red Barn today. So what made you decide to open up an ice cream shop?
We bought this property. This little corner property was like a farmette. It has two little houses. It has a log cabin and an older house. And this barn was kind of run down at the time. And it came up for sale, and we just thought, oh, that's a pretty cool property. We already lived in Jefferson. I had my dental practice here, and I don't know, we just bought it. And then we fixed the houses up a little bit, and then the barn needed some love. We had to figure out what to do with it. So
that's nice. So you're a dentist.
I am.
How does a dentist open up an ice cream shop?
I know. I've been accused of an evil marketing scam. But I dabbled with like a snack shop at a barn and stuff like that, or at a camp when I was little, a teenager. So I don't know if that came back in our heads.
Yeah.
Also, we always think, like, sometimes people aren't that thrilled to go to the dentist, but everyone's always thrilled to go to get ice cream. So it kind of like evened up, that part of my life.
Yeah. That's nice. That must have been a lot time management wise.
Well, I work part-time. I have a fantastic full-time partner in my dental practice, so I've always worked part-time there. Yeah. So I would have time for like my kids and my mom or whoever and so this sort of like filled in a little bit on some of those as my kids got older. And so, nice. Yeah, but it is time management. It takes a while to take care of things.
Yeah. So how long have you been in Jefferson?
We've been here probably, I want to say 40 years. Yeah.
And what do you like about the community, this location?
We liked it. It was kind of rural. I mean, it still has rural elements to it, that it was more kind of the farms. When we moved here, like the dairy industry was, number one thing in Frederick County. Yeah. We have a small farm, just chickens and goats and stuff like that. Yeah. And my kids did 4-H and everything. So, so it was also at the time we could afford it because down the road was more expensive, and we could, we just liked it. It was a little more quiet.
Nice. And what types of people do you hire? What are your employees?
We hire a variety of people. Some of the people that work here, it's their first job that they've ever had. So they're, young, 15, 16, like that. And then a lot of them were grateful that they do stay with us, and they're great people to know. And they've kind of like matured into young like leaders, and they have a shift leader role or assistant manager and stuff like that. And then we also hire like people that are a little older that are maybe further along in their career place, or this is a good season for them to have a part-time job. They don't really want to completely retire, so they work here, so they have their kind of like their hand in the community still. and it's an active job. It's not like a sit behind the counter. It's not like you're sitting at an office like vegetating. You are moving. So it's a semi workout for people too, if they were like older people and wanted to keep on the go. So it's a variety, and it's kind of neat because we can all work together. Like it's cool. We'll have like some younger kids and sometimes they're training an older person because they've been here longer, and and then the older people may have had a previous career. We have people that work here that have their MBAs, or someone who ran a bank, people who are in the education field, and and they have a lot of their own personal background that they can help and mentor, and so it's a good little community.
Yeah, that's nice. Do you ever provide ice cream for events in the community?
We do. We try to help support a lot of the like the Little League. We always do their ice cream social. There's several running races that Mr. and Mrs. Zumba help coordinate. That we like the downhill mile, and they always have. I'm complimented that this kid told me the other day that he entered the downhill mile because the prize wasn't going to be a medal. It's an ice cream sundae. Everyone gets an ice cream sundae that finishes the race. So we do a lot of fundraising with the community. We kind of have a heart for the 4-H and the FFAs because of the agricultural background and stuff like that. So yeah, Valley Elementary School, we're always working with, Brunswick, Middletown. Yeah.
That's nice. What's the most rewarding part of owning this business?
Well, our number one mission statement is that we thank God for his blessings to us. And even if you have a bad day, if you just go back to the number one thing on your mission statement and thank God for your blessings, you can find lots of blessings. So that's a good memory tool when we have like a plumbing emergency, or something breaks, or a lot of people are sick and can't come into work, or so I'm always like, again, I'm going back to number one on the mission statement, like thank you God for everything. But it is neat to see families get together. We have like grandparents who have a tradition of driving their kid to swim lessons, and then they stop off and get ice cream on the way home, or little teams that will come here and celebrate. We just had a swim team come and celebrate, here. A couple funny ones was one time this bride and groom had just gotten married, and they had a limo, and they were all dressed up and everything. And they said they didn't want to waste the limo to go straight to the reception. So they wanted the limo guy to drive around. They saw our place and they felt like having an ice cream. So they came out here like, here comes the bride, like in her long dress and everything like that. And I guess one of my tip-top stories is this family who fostered a child. When they first met the child, the child, this was the neutral ground for them to meet the child. And so they met the little guy here, and then they fostered him, and they decided the child wanted to be adopted and they wanted to adopt him. So they came back after they did all the paperwork and went to the, City Hall or whatever. And he was officially adopted by the family, and they all came. There was like 40 of them, and they all had shirts on celebrating the event that said like family ever after or something. And they all came here and just had ice cream here because this is where they first met the little boy. And it was so cute. It was like the cutest event ever. So, but anyway, yeah.
That's so nice. Obviously, you have a very successful business. Is there any advice you would share to someone operating business, starting one?
Somebody just told me about this funny thing about if you're an entrepreneur, you start like this, like, yay, I have this great idea. Yay, I'm so excited. And then you see all the obstacles. Like we had to jump through a lot of hoops with the county because this was not your typical build out. It was 100 and some year old barn that was not strategically as placed as they would have wanted, normally speaking. So anyway, we were up here, yay, we're excited. And then 8 years of hoops with the county.
Wow.
We kind of fell into what they call the depths of despair for a while, like this ain't gonna happen, but we still wanted to do it for some reason. And then, so like if you really want to do it, like hang in there because there's ways to do it. It just, you may be in the depths of despair for a short while, but it works out. So yeah. And remember the number one on your mission statement.
Yes.
That always helps. So
And I have to ask, what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
It's funny. I, as a child, probably would have never dreamed that I would own a soft serve machine, because if we ever went to, like, we lived in New York for a while, and there was a place called, they still have Carvel's. If my parents ever took, we had a huge family. If they took us to Carvel, it was like the best day of your life. And I would get a vanilla soft serve with rainbow sprinkles. So I have to stick with the vanilla soft serve with rainbow. We have really good soft serve here. I mean, I'm just saying. So it's good. We have also, I mean, other delicious things like a whole slew of Hershey's flavors, and then we also have South Mountain Creamery.
Yeah.
You know, and they're made on the farm and delicious. But I guess I have that spot for the vanilla soft serve.
And then you also have a whole bunch of sandwiches and other foods.
We do. We have about probably 10 different sandwiches, and we have salads and soup. So you actually can come in and like completely be, which we try to do it. So like if you're feeling like I'm going for the really healthy thing today, we've got some nice salads that you can do. We have like homebrewed, unsweetened tea. You can go that route.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you can always just get a small ice cream if you wanted to, you know, just to top it off at the end. Or you can go full blown and just like go for it.
Yeah. Nice.
So,
but at the end of the day, choose the vanilla soft serve with the sprinkles.
I mean,
Is that the best?
it's, well, actually, we just made some coffee soft serve.
Oh.
That's going to be a contender because it's really quite delicious too. We've been trying to do more soft serve flavors, but try to make them a little bit more natural.
Okay.
So last week we did blueberry, and we take like a natural blueberry pie filling and puree it, and then use that. This week we've got coffee. So we try to have that offering too. So it's
Nice.
just an alternative.
Yeah. Anything else you want to share?
No, it was a pleasure being interviewed by you.
Yes. Thank you so much. That's great.
Yes, Lori, my favorite is vanilla soft serve with rainbow sprinkles as well. Had a great time at the Little Red Barn. My first time there ever. I am so sad to say that and admit that publicly, but it really was my first time there. All right, now let's find out who is making our market great. Well, speaking of pulling for veterans, I want to shout out good morning to Michelle Payton. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Pulling for Veterans, they got their next flea market coming up in September. You can get more information if you email outreach@pullingforveterans.org. They just had their last one this past Sunday. It's held at the AmVets Farm, located off 144. It's just $30 per space. If you want to set up to sell, this will be your last opportunity to support Pulling for Veterans while you do it this year. There'll be food trucks, tons of vendors. Again, outreach@pullingforveterans.org for more information. All right, I got a chance to sit down with Brianne Paugh from Community Title Network.
I am at not 50 Citizens Way, because that's where I went at first, 50 Carroll Creek Way.
Yes.
This is the other side of the creek, right near the Wine Kitchen, Plaza Mexico. I'd say prime location for an office.
Beautiful, yeah.
This is Brianne Paugh. She is with Community Title Network.
Yes.
Community Title Network. What is your title here? Your title?
Managing branch attorney.
Managing branch attorney. Smarty pants is what I translate that to, but that's good. All right. For those who haven't maybe purchased a home in a long time, because that's really is that your key role, is helping with purchases of real estate?
Yes. So sales purchases. So we are transactional.
Mm-hmm.
The other aspect of our job is we actually have a law firm as well. So sometimes people will come to us for things like common driveway easements, or they've bought a big tract of land and they want to figure out, like, what can I do with this piece of property? Can I subdivide it?
Oh.
What are the restrictions? Sometimes they come to draft powers of attorney, contracts, all kinds of stuff. So the beauty of where we are is that we really are full service when it comes to real estate.
And that's not the same with all title companies. Is that correct? Or can all title companies, because they're housed with attorneys, do that?
So the interesting thing is not all title companies are housed with attorneys.
Okay.
You would think.
Yeah,
right?
you would think.
Because that was
your point.
important. Sometimes more likely they're not.
Okay.
And so a lot of times they will outsource certain services to an attorney at a law firm.
Gotcha.
And then they will basically prepare, let's say, deeds, send them out for an attorney to sign them and send them back. So we're able to offer more services than the average bear, especially because a lot of companies don't want to handle commercial because it's more difficult, more complicated.
Right. Yeah, but you guys can take care of that.
Mm-hmm.
So when someone is purchasing a home, a lot of times a real estate agent will have a partnership with a title company, right? But you could go out and say, I prefer to use XYZ.
Correct.
Community Title Network would be great, but yeah.
Yes, that would be right in Community Title Network. So people may be surprised. Maryland is very consumer protection oriented, and they wanted to reserve the right for purchasers to be able to choose the title company that they wanted to close with. So the seller can always prefer that they use a certain title company, but ultimately it's the buyer's decision who they want to close with.
Yeah. And I think, especially, again, as you're saying, if you're doing a large purchase, it may make sense, A, do some research, but B, you're going to want somebody that's kind of representing you, and you're being able to answer those questions efficiently and effectively right away when you're in the throes of kind of trying to make stuff happen. So
absolutely. So Dani, the interesting thing is that we'll get phone calls from people that are, let's say, like price shopping, what is your settlement fee kind of a thing.
Okay.
But because of all of the threats that the real estate industry is facing now, technology wise, with seller impersonation, wire fraud, I think a lot of times people don't think to ask, like, what is your privacy policy? How do you safeguard my information? What are your procedures to verify that sellers and people are, who they say they are?
Right.
So we have a lot of procedures in place. I've worked for a number of companies, from law firms to private companies to government sector, and I've never seen a company invest as much as this company does in their security, even to the extent of hiring a third party that comes in very routinely and basically audits all of our technology policies and procedures. Because if you Google, you can Google seller fraud, wire scams, and it's something that to know how many of these happen on a daily basis is truly, frightening.
Yeah, exactly. You have an emotional support dog here, which not really. It is an office pup. She's young at heart, and I love it. You know what, though? It's true. They immediately bring down your blood pressure and make any situation much calmer.
They do. So she loves to meet. Her name is Charlotte. She's a bit more famous than me. People sort of know her before they know me, which is so funny. So she'll meet clients that come at the door, and we always ask, like, "Are you okay?" Because sometimes people are not okay with dogs. But she'll meet them at the front door. She'll walk them to the conference room, and she'll just kind of sit with them. And because, as you know, a lot of people come in. I mean, gosh, what could be? There are a few things more stressful than purchasing a home, selling a home, and all the things that you have to do to make that happen. And a lot of people that are coming in are selling and then buying in the same day or buying in the same week. So it's really something that if you can kind of put your focus on something like calming.
Yes. Plus she makes you smile.
She does
you
make
can't
me smile.
not smile when you see Charlotte, for sure. How long have you been doing this job? Total, not just here.
So I've been in real estate. This is my 19th year.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I knew when I was in middle school, I was one of those weird kids that knew am I going to be a lawyer or am I going to be a singer? Because I'd taken 10 years of vocal
You could
training.
be a singing lawyer.
I know, right?
That would be a hit.
I thought about doing maybe like a video blog and singing some of it. So guess the song kind of a thing.
I think you should.
So the reason why I got into real estate, it's still a bit of a sad story, but it's a real story. People can relate to this. So I remember you always have those couple of family members that are always taking care of a lot of aging relatives. My parents, when I was young, ended up taking care of a lot of relatives that lived in Western Maryland. So me and my brother from a young age, we were going every weekend to Western Maryland for the weekend, taking care. My parents would actually split up and go to maybe like a parent's house or go to an aunt's house. And then I remember being with them because they were oftentimes nominated as the personal representative.
Right.
And then they were handling the sale of the property. And I remember seeing all that and being young and thinking, wouldn't it be great to kind of know everything that's associated with this and be able to help someone out with something that is so practical, but also be there for them during such a difficult time.
Well, and let me just tell you, like, you know, a lawyer's job, similar to me, to an accountant's job, there's so many new things happening all the time.
Yes.
You want somebody reputable that you can count on, that you can trust from start to finish, especially if you're an investor in real estate or anything like that. It's just really great to have that right-hand person who's representing you and looking out for your best interest and keeping up to date with all that stuff.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
I teach continuing education for realtors, and so much is changing so quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you've heard about AI and how AI, I don't know if it's going to come into the accounting field, but I know there's talk of like AI in real estate. And I think that there's a misperception that title work is easy or title work can be automated.
Well, it's just because you're so good at it. Make it look easy. That's the problem. That's the problem.
So
there.
It's so much more. It's so much more than this technicality. It's so much more than a piece of paper. It's the difference between chaos and clarity.
Yeah.
And you need somebody that not only knows what they're doing to recognize the issues, but is an attorney that has the power to do what needs to be done and do it quickly.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
We're getting contracts in that they want to close in. Can we close in 14 days?
Yeah.
Can we close in 20 days?
Yeah.
And we want to be able to make that happen, and we have the resources.
So if people want to reach out to you, where do they need to go? What's the easiest way?
Yep. So I would say you can email me.
Okay.
You can go on our website, Community Title Network, Google us. We have, I think, 23 offices and growing.
Wow.
We're in multiple states.
Yeah.
Got licensed in West Virginia about a year ago, which is great.
Yeah.
So we're just, we're all over.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome. Well, I really appreciate you taking your time for Good Morning Frederick. You've come back home to Frederick, where you were, where you grew up, and like we all did, you kind of make that full circle. You go experience the world, and then you come back to the greatest town, I think, in all of the country. So,
absolutely.
So she's a part of our community. We love to support her because she supports us. It's Community Title Network. Brianne, Paugh, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dani. Thank you.
How adorable is old Charlotte? Oh, love that. I would just go get title work all the time just so I could go pet that beautiful dog. All right, that wraps it up for us today. We're back here tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Of course, you can watch anytime on YouTube. I encourage you to check out the YouTube channel because you get to rewatch some of the segments. You don't have to scroll through the whole show. No, just search. You could search for Brianne Paugh later today, and you'll find her segment uploaded as well. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Continue to like, share, and comment. And please tell your friends about Good Morning Frederick. Other than that, get out there and let's be great.